losing 116 bucks trading AMD and Apple on the short side. Well, what is going on, guys? We're back for a trade recap. It has been a quiet past couple of weeks here on the trade recap front, but I think we're picking things back up a little bit. They haven't been great, as you can see, taking some L's, but these are not that bad. These are two trades, both lost under 60 bucks. I am going to take that every single time because both the rewards here were for a couple $100. So decent risk management, but let's dive into them. If you were on the live streams, you probably saw or you got some more insight into some of these, but let's talk about Apple first, and then we'll get into AMD. First things first, I'm going to jump in here and I'm going to quickly add the setups. These were bear flag setups to the downside, and this was on the 1-day chart. Both of these trades were on the 1-day chart. So I like to track all this stuff in TradeZilla. I'll leave a link to them below if you want to check them out. They make it easy to do all this stuff. And I do pay for TradeZilla every single year. I pay the yearly, so it's cheaper net than paying monthly if you were actually going to use it for an entire year, and I will, as I have been for quite some time. So now I have that. That's good stuff, so that when I do my monthly recaps, I can go back and see what time frames are working better than others and, you know, all that stuff, what setups are working better than others. But on the month so far, we're down about 189, which is not bad at all. We just haven't really had a good winning day. We had one winning, well, not one. We've had, well, yeah, about one winning trade, and the rest were like break-evens and losses. And the winning trade was decent, but nothing amazing. It's kind of skewed by this because we had technically a trade here that won for $2.60, which technically was a stop out at break even, but it's going to count it so as a winning trade, so it skews the data a little bit. But even that said, still having larger winners and losers on average, which is fine. Obviously, our win rate's pretty low. You're only 9. We're at 9 trades in, which is it's more than last month already. But you can see nothing crazy. So AMD, check it out. So I was looking for the breakdown underneath this 165.25 area, or 30, whatever the price is exactly, a couple cents. Really just a clean bear flag, right? Big move down. We've been trending down for the past couple of weeks, past month actually. Big move down, consolidation, looking for the breakdown, and a push. And we've got the breakdown. It was on higher volume, well, not that much, and it looked like higher volume early. And then guess what? We did not close below level. So because we did not close below the breakdown level, which we were there for a period of time, we didn't close below it. Let me jump out to an hourly chart. You can see we were there for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. We didn't close below it. That last hour pushed up very strong. I got out. My stop loss is actually up over 170, 170 was the high a day roughly yesterday, 169.65, which would have stopped me out the next day. But I got out because that's not a close I want to see. If we're breaking down, then we finish the day below here, or at least at the level. We didn't get it, so nope, not going to hold it. And the Apple trade was quite similar. Apple, look at this chart. Looking back, wow, massive move. So my 6 cents, my left nut cents was tingling, right? We talked about this in like a video in the past. Like Apple did close below it, but it just, I looked at Apple, I looked at AMD, I looked at the S&P, and I said to myself, we have nothing here that is confirming to me we are in a decent, we are going to continue to break down here. We are following the same trajectory, the same pattern, same trends of looks like it's going to break down and then we bounce, and looks really weak and then it doesn't follow through. So I'm going to get out. There's also PPI data in the morning, and good thing I did get out on Apple because Apple ended up, it would have hit my stop today anyway. So I would have lost more on Apple had I not gotten out yesterday. And kind of lucky, kind of a left nut, kind of a 6 cents, whatever you want to call it. You know, I don't know, but I got out. So I didn't hold. And technically, look at the chart. By the end of the day, it didn't look terrible. It actually closed below the level, looked decent. But see what happens today, and there it goes. So that's the deal there. The history is up here on like these last couple trades. You can see that there's a new one on AMD, which is not closed. And that one, we are still in. We actually just got in today on the long side. So we'll see what happens there. I'll be a trade recap when that one pans out. It's kind of the inverse of my strategy. This is all being done on a 10K account. The prop firm I'm using here is Arctic Funding. They're super new, super sketch in terms of like there's not a lot of history behind them. So taking the risk there, but they cater to stocks and they have like 600 stocks you can trade. So that's what I use them for. But at the same time, the other prop firm that I have, the $25,000 account and the $6,000 account, they are supposedly bringing stocks soon. Soon. That's what they told me. I actually sent an email out again today, and I was like, hey guys, just checking in on this update on when stock's coming back, because you said that was coming soon weeks ago, and I've been asking you every week or so, or every 2 weeks, and no update. So, you know, we're waiting on that. In the meantime, we got this, so we can play, and we can keep trading stocks if we want to. So that's the deal. That's the recap. And yeah, you know, taking some L's, but it's not bad. Again, all it is, like, you'll see the AMD trade. I think the AMD trade, I'm looking for a $200 or a little over $200 reward for about $100 something risk, roughly. You know, let's say it works. Just, I mean, humor me and say it works. Now your average winner is like 125, you know, so these numbers, as long as this number is decently above 1, and when I say decently above 1, it doesn't need to be 1.8. If it's 1.25 or more, we're probably going to be good with that, because I know my win rate over the past 600 trades is like 48%. So if I'm doing the same thing, market's gonna, if I can adapt the same way to the market, right, I guess over the past year, like I have, and this number on average is going to have some months where it's below. It's just like the stock market. You might have a month where you go on you're a 75% winner, but I might have a month where I'm 25. You know, I don't know. So it'll average out. And if it averages out to 48% and I have a 1.25 or better average win loss, we'll be fine. Ideally, this would be higher, but that's the plan. So that's the update. Thanks so much for watching. I'll leave links down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.